My name is Martha Evelyn Crawford. I was born in 1960, so this past year I was 90 years old. I have taught art and have dealing with art since I was always in school, and so I don't know, I guess I was born with art.
You'll never know just how much I care, and if I tried, I still couldn't hide my love for you.
With art, you can have a time. If you're kind of down, you come to your room, you do art, and you're happy again.
More times you went away, and my heart went with you. I speak your name in my every prayer. If there...
I grew up in Indiana.
I lose my blue, honey, when I'm with you. No.
Both my mother and father had come from farms, so they taught us many things that I did not know as a child. As a farm girl, I knew how to sew and I knew how to cook. My mother taught me how to cook. I came from a family. There were 6 children in the family. My father I used to laugh at him. My mom and I'd say, "Oh, Dad, can we have a row, just one row for flowers?" He said, "Oh, yeah, I guess so. But you know, you can't eat them."
Forever and ever. Then we'll travel far to some big shining star, just you and my guitar.
When I look at a person, I don't look. I have to be around that person. It's, to me, not important if you're good looking or you're not good looking. It's very important in one sense of a first impression. But I looked at the person to see how smart they were, not how good looking they were. So my husband was quite an attractive young man. His name was Jennings Crawford, and he was named after William Jennings Bryan. He came from a farm too, and he only lived about 3 miles from where I lived. Here's the way I met my husband. Anyway, he played baseball, and I was very shy. I was in the 8th grade, and he was a junior playing baseball. And he came down, and he was changing his shoes, and we 8th graders had gotten out sooner than the high school. And so I was sitting there, and He came down and he sat down to change his shoes. Man, when he sat down by me, I just popped up. I thought, he's not sitting by me. So that's the way I met him. He worked in an aircraft factory. So we had no children. So he was not called because he was an engineer and worked in the aircraft factory. I said, no children. I'm not raising one by myself. Because they need both the mother and the father in order to have healthy and well-balanced children.
I want to thank you, pretty baby, for giving your love to me. I want to thank you, pretty baby, for giving your love to me. My heart was locked up till you came.
He and his brother knew about manufacturing screws because he worked in Elizabethtown, New Jersey at a place where they manufactured screws. And so they started a screw factory in an old onion warehouse. And it was so cold that I used to fix his lunch for him, and then he would bring his lunch home at noon just to get warm in a warm house, then go back to work. So they started from scratch. Very successful. They ended up selling and almost all the screws to all the people at Detroit, Michigan, the Ford Company. My husband liked cars. And we had cars, a lot of cars.
I'm gonna take my time.
I have 2 children, a son and a daughter. One of them is a doctor of dermatology, and she works at Kaiser. That's the oldest daughter. Her name is Dr. Peggy. We had a victory garden, because they encouraged us to have victory gardens during the war. And my daughter would say, Mama, can I pick this flower? I said, no, honey, you just leave that flower there, and you come back tomorrow and maybe have another bloom on the plant. And the son is named David. He wanted to be a doctor where he could do nothing but deal with plants.
The way a fool would do badly.
My granddaughter is now a doctor, and she is also a doctor of dermatology like her mother. Her name is Tiffany. Then we have another grandson, as he is in Thailand teaching English language now.
That magic night we kissed, there in the moon mist. Oh, but your lips were thrilling, much too thrilling. Never before were mine so strangely willing. But now I see what one embrace can do. Look at me, it's got me loving you madly. That little kiss you stole held all my heart and soul. Heart and soul, I fell in love with you, heart and soul, the way a fool would do madly, because you held me tight and stole a kiss in the night. Heart and soul, I begged to be adored, lost control, and tumbled overboard gladly. That little kiss you stole held all my heart.
strongly believe that exercise makes us healthy, makes us also live longer. Keep your mind busy.